Hello, hello, hello.
Hi.
Trying to find us on DQ's page. I don't know. The book takes so long to load anymore. I don't know what's happening anymore.
It really does. Yes, it does. And then nobody can comment and all that, on
Yeah,
posts.
or can't reply to comments or anything. I can never reply. Yeah.
Yeah, me
So
either.
I always feel like I'm being rude when someone's saying hi because you can't reply back to them.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's so frustrating.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Decoupage Queen's Creative Hour. My name is Teri Lightsey, and we have Robin from Robin's Song here with us today. So welcome. Everybody's popping in here. So hello, Sue. Hello, Miss Donna Sue. Cheryl and Cindy. So as usual, if you're looking right here, I pop your name up on the screen. That's just our little way of saying hello to you, that we see you. Hi, Trees. Hi, Sheila. So I try not to interrupt as much as possible. So I pop your name off the screen. If you do have any questions for Robin, though, put them in the comments. I'll make sure to read them off to her. At the end of Creative Hour every Saturday, you guys know Decoupage Queen gives away a goodie bag full of Decoupage Queen rice papers. The only thing you need to do is make sure you're following Robin's Song. I just put in the link for you right now, and make sure you're following Decoupage Queen. Please, I ask you all every Saturday before you go in the comments and say, oh yeah, I know I'm following. Done. Please verify. I really, truly beg you guys to please verify, because we're taking your word for it. But I'm telling you, y'all know the book does funny things, and you may not even realize that they've unfollowed you, and you don't even realize it. So I tell you guys, the easiest way is to tap on your screen down here at the bottom. It'll tell you follow or following. If it says following, you're good to go. If it says follow, it's unfollowed you. So you need to refollow. And then once you do that, hit done, and then we'll get your name on the wheel. And after Robin's done today, we'll spin the wheel and pick a winner. Easy peasy.
Easy, and always a great prize.
Oh, yes. And then also, you all who are used to watching Robin, you guys know that when she's on Creative Hour, any artist on Creative Hour, I'm always difficult. I make them turn their screen landscape. So if you're wondering why she's itty bitty today, you're going to have to turn your device, and then she'll fill up your screen. You probably don't have that in your way, but so if you're ready, I'll give the screen to you.
Yes, I'm ready. So I'm going to do a tray today, and I don't do a lot of trays, but I absolutely love the Dainty and the Queen Winter Series papers, and this church especially is one of my favorites. So I had this tray forever in my she shed, and I was like, well, I'm going to use this paper on a tray. So I'll bring this down so y'all can see. So I did a little bit of prep work for time. So I'll tell you what I did. So I basically painted the bottom of this tray. I just used a bonding primer, the Pentart bonding primer on it first, since it is metal. And then I just left the middle with the bonding primer, and then I painted the whole tray, including the bottom, with like a basil green color, like a darker green, because I felt like it played well off of this paper. So we're going to put this down, and then I'm going to do some things around it that I have been wanting to do. But on my live, they vetoed me. They said, no, don't do that. But it was with a different paper, so I'm hoping it works out well for this paper. So.
And I did just drop the links to both of the papers Robin's using in Robin's store, so you can find them. And if any of you are looking for Robin's links, don't forget they're always in the description.
Yes. All right, so I am using my very favorite decoupage varnish and glue in matte by Pentart. It is my favorite one to use, and I do not know why, but I have a hair that's wanting to hang out with us today. Here we go. So this is kind of a winter project. Terry and I were talking and saying, gosh, Christmas is over. What do you do now? It's Valentine's or whatever. So we can still do some winter theme projects, I think. I
I
think
think
that would be
so.
super fun.
And there's a lot of the papers that lend to that aren't so Christmassy.
Yes.
That came out with this release. So, like Winter Wonderland, you could definitely do those.
Yes, exactly. And I showed on my live the other day, just kind of making yourself with all your Christmas cards and stuff, making like a journal or something, to save all your Christmas keepsakes in. You could do that for the winter. And I think last year I did a New Year's resolution journal. So that was fun. So there's all kinds of things you can do with the papers and all the things, right?
I think I remember you doing that journal.
Of course, Meow Meow would like to join us now. He's been so quiet this whole time, and now he's needy.
Yeah.
So
that's the way it. That's what we always say. This is real life, y'all.
right, real life, and he lives here, so he thinks he could do whatever he wants to do. So
yep.
Yeah.
It's so funny though, because the way it sounds, because you guys, I wear earpieces when I do Creative Hour. So it sounds like he's in my room. And so when he first did that, I looked around. I was like,
who is that?
Because Jack makes funny noises sometimes when he sleeps. And so I was like, what the heck is he doing now?
Right.
But it was meow meow.
Oh, my word. So I prepped this also on the sides, just so y'all know. I went ahead and prepped it with fine line crackle because, fine line is not your friend on a 1 hour live. So basically, after I painted around the edges, I went ahead and applied step 1 of the fine line crackle and let it dry overnight. And then this morning, I went ahead and did the part 2. So I figured when I dry my paper, I will, it'll give it a little bit of heat to crackle, but it's completely dry, which is what's recommended, right? Is to let it dry on its own and not force dry it.
Exactly. I did mention this on my live the other day. I know some of you are getting a little discouraged with your fine line. Just to remember, y'all, it's not you. This time of the year, if you let it dry naturally, which is recommended, when it's the colder times of the year, you still do need to have a little heat on it in order for it to crackle, because the fine line works with heat, right?
Yeah.
The natural warmness. So if it's cooler in your house, you didn't do anything wrong. It's just it needs a little bit of heat to crack. So
yeah,
it's not like your fine line just stopped working. It's just like, everything else. And when it's cold, nothing wants to move.
Right, including us. Yeah.
Including us.
Yeah. So
your mom is here.
Oh, hi, Mom. My mom is actually cat sitting for us the next few days, as well as a friend of mine who she may be on here too. So we're thankful. We're going to Kentucky for the New Year to celebrate with our friends, and so they are cat sitting for us. They're just coming by and checking on these kitties.
That'll be fun for you guys. So how long are you staying until, when are you?
New Year's Day.
You're going to drive back on New Year's Day?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Careful.
We have to work on Thursday, both of us. So, I have a new role at work, so I have to work.
That adulting, I tell you.
Yeah. Well, that's how it goes, right? All right, I'm just going to dry this paper, and I probably can't hear you while it does that. Hey, Stephanie. There's my friend who is helping with the kitties while we're away.
Stephanie Gray?
Yes.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. She lives literally right down the road from me.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's nice to have a crafty friend close.
Yes.
I think her and I are going to do some of the Styluses classes together this winter, so that'll be fun.
Oh, that'll be a treat.
Yeah. I'm excited about that, yes.
Hola, Ari.
Hey, Ari. Ari, I mailed your package yesterday with a sweet little note. I was so excited. Ari's the sweetest. Oh my gosh.
Yes, she really is.
Yes.
Got a very, very kind heart for sure.
Yes, she does. Yes, definitely. She's one of those people that make you want to be a better person, you know?
Yeah. Samantha Evans says, I literally did the same thing. I walked out of the room to look down the hall to see if my cat was meowing.
Oh, yeah, he's gone out to the patio now, so hopefully he'll be quiet. He lost interest in me, so that's good. That is good. I am probably going to have to grab it. Oh, he's back. He's back, y'all.
He's like, what, you called me?
Let me grab it. I used all of my decoupage varnish and glue. Oh my gosh. Of course, I had 2 partial bottles, and I'm like, that'll be plenty. Oh no.
Candy says, I love Crackle and I live in Michigan. Sounds like a great reason to move to Florida or California.
Right. Yeah. So your Crackle works. Okay. This is going to be a little bit odd, y'all. And if you're like some of my regular viewers, when I did this on a live, they were like, I don't like it. We're going to make it work, y'all, because I want to do it. So I'm going to use the Frosty Flowers. And here's the Frosty Flowers. And what I did was I fussy cut them out. So I already did that prep work, and we're going to lay them down. And you're going to see, I'm going to make it work.
Trust the process.
Yeah, trust the process, right?
Barbara Jack says, good to catch you live.
I want to make sure this is dry because I'm going to dry lay them and then I'm going to lay them down. So I do want to make sure it's pretty dry. Not that, rice paper is so forgiving. I could pick it back up, but it's just easier. Make myself, spend another minute, with the dryer. This is a big tray right here. This is an A3 size paper here. And I also used the A3 of the Frosty Flowers just because it fit the tray better. It is a pretty good size tray.
Hi, Teresa Renee.
Hey, Teresa.
Miss Kathy says, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited about this. Like, I love this Frosty Flowers was my favorite paper of the new release. This one, it was my favorite. So I've been dying to use it. So I'm just going to kind of lay these down, and I'm going to have to try to remember how I had them. I kind of laid them out, but we'll make it work. I'm going to lay them down first, and then I will decoupage them.
Hi, Shannon. Pickin' Boots is here.
Hi, Shannon.
And I seen somebody say something. Oh, Laveda says that her cat is sitting on the desk staring at her screen.
Like, what is happening, Mom? What is going on?
Teresa Renee says that's a cool tray. Yeah, the shape of it's really cool.
I had this forever in my storage. And so I was like, I am going to use this one way or another, right? I'm going to use this.
Okay,
oh, he's back.
I like the poinsettias. How come they didn't like it? I like it.
Oh, I liked it, but nobody else did. But it was in fairness, it was the Central Park paper, and the tray was different. So I think that it just didn't fit that paper as well as this paper and this tray. So
Gotcha.
We just decided not to do it. So, but I was like, well, I'll just save it for later.
Right? Shannon says those flowers are going to be perfect along the side.
I think so. I'm very happy. Yeah, I had it all laid out, so hopefully it'll work out. But if not, we can revise and punt, right? I have extra, so just in case.
Yes, Barbara, it is rice paper. She just fussy cut it.
I did. I just fussy cut it, so it should be fine. I'm going to kind of come over here. Let's see. I have a couple pieces, so I will.
I didn't put the link in. It's the Frosty Flowers, so you can find that at Robin's store.
Yeah. And this paper is gorgeous. So I'm just going to kind of lay that in there. And I think I had these berries like laid in.
Donna Hopkins says, what is fussy cut?
Yeah, it's just where you kind of cut them out. You kind of take the flowers and you just kind of go along different areas with some scissors and kind of cut them instead of like water cut them or whatever. You kind of just cut along there.
And it's fussy work, Donna.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah, I for one don't like the fussy cut. There's some folks that find it very relaxing.
Yeah.
Hi, my Mara.
Hi, Mara. How are you?
Barbara says, yes, I know about fussy cutting.
She's like, I got it. So I think this is how I had it. So I think that's going to work. Isn't that pretty?
I think you're winning everybody over now. They all like it. They love it.
Nice. All right. So we're just going to take, and I'm just going to kind of move these up one at a time, and I'm going to, place them back down. So it's just going to be a process, right? But how fun.
Cindy Partain says, that looks so pretty.
Thank you.
Denise Hatfield says, so very pretty.
Yay. I'm glad y'all like it. Yeah, I think it's the tray and the paper definitely made a difference in it this time. But I had already cut them out for the other project, so it was kind of nice.
Well, all that fussy cutting, you're going to use it somewhere.
I was definitely. And you can put white behind here, but I don't mind that it's a little translucent for this particular project. So I'm okay with that. So I'm just going to leave it. Anyway, it would be hard to try to cover that up anyway.
Hello, Angela from Midwest Angel Boutique.
Oh, hi. I have ordered from her before. Such a sweet lady. She sells some cute earrings.
Ooh, jewelry?
I know, right? Right up your alley. Yeah, she had some like holiday-ish, like I want to say it was Halloween, maybe Halloweeny earrings. So
Susan Stocking says, yes, this is a better fit.
Yeah, she knows. She was on. Yes, she's so sweet. Yes, it is a better fit. The shape of the tray and the paper, the church paper is much better. So yeah, I agree. I think it was just meant for this project, not for the one that I was trying to do it on.
Boa tarde, Elizabeth.
And I'm hoping none of my, white shows. I don't think so. I think it's good. I am going to resin this as well. So not on this live, but after, I'll have to do it after because, resin is a whole nother thing. The clear pouring resin. Whew.
Yes. Oh, good Lord, have mercy. Teresa Renee says, my daughter is taking the practice driver test. She gets her learners on January 10th.
Oh, girl. Oh, so that is, no. No, thank you. Ron did all that with Laura, and I could not. No,
she
nope.
just said Jeff is taking her to a parking lot to drive.
yeah, exactly. That's a man job. I'm gonna say that's men work. I'm not doing it. Oh, I was stressed out.
Oh, I had to take Trevor. There was no choice. And yes, exactly. Deep breaths, Teresa. Deep breaths, and a lot of anxiety medicine.
Well, yeah, and Teresa lives, I lived in Atlanta at that time, and my daughter, the first time she wanted to drive on the interstate, oh my gosh, I was having like a literal panic attack.
Well, everybody knows I still drive Trevor to and from work, and we have an agreement right now where he drives every other day. Obviously, I'm with him, but I'm just like,
you got to learn, right? Well, he's got to learn, and it's so hard.
I don't, I try not to be that, watch out, because, that makes them more nervous,
Oh, yeah.
But I'm, permanent nail marks in the handles.
Oh, yeah. And then my daughter ended up driving an ambulance, which really freaked me out. But, I was like, oh, Lord. But she's a really good driver, so I can't complain. But it is when you're babies, when when Mama Bear can't control things. No.
Yes, it's a whole nother kind of.
And I was a bit of a helicopterish mom. I like to control the things. My daughter didn't allow it much, but I tried.
Yeah, that's where we are, Susan. We're in California. She says my daughter drives in the freeway in California every day. Eek.
Ooh, cool. Yeah. But, my daughter said to me, she said, Mom, you got to let me drive to college at some point. And I was like, oh, no, I can drive you. It'll be fine. It's fine. I did let her drive to college because she went to college up here in the North Georgia mountains. So it was better. Like I was good with it. There's, it's the country and rural Georgia. So it's all good. There's hardly any traffic. All right. We're getting it. Yes, I love this green in this paper. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, Yvetta, that whole line that Yvetta did it's just so it's like the perfect sceneries.
Oh yes, most definitely. Yeah. Well, she always does beautiful papers, unexpected kind of things, So I always enjoy her papers.
Teresa says the mountains are hard to drive through, though.
See, I don't think so at all. I remember when Teresa Renee came up here for a retreat we had that Jane with Funkature and Mara and Lynn all had up here. Teresa Renee had to come up here, and I remember them talking about they didn't like the mountains. But I think they came up. We have a mountain called Blood Mountain, and people don't really like driving Blood Mountain.
Why is it called Blood Mountain?
Well, there's a lot of wrecks on that mountain because motorcyclists try to take the curves too hard. And it could be a little challenging, but to me, it's not as bad as some of the others here. But I guess I'm just used to it now. Oh, meow, meow. Why? He really just wants me to hold him.
Yeah. Well, but when you turn the camera off, he won't,
He'll be like, I'm done with you, lady.
He'll be done. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's a sweetie, so I can't really fuss. And I'm about to leave him for several days, so, I feel kind of guilty already.
He knows. He knows you're up to something.
Oh, yeah. He saw the suitcases go into the car earlier, so he knows.
Stephanie says that they're going through downtown Atlanta right now, taking the boys to the airport. Sniff, sniff.
Oh, bless her heart. Her boys live in Colorado, and she lives here. and she misses. I don't know how she does it, Lord. My daughter's, like right down the road, and I am a big old baby. I mean, she's not right down the road, but she's 2.5 hours, and I'm a big old baby. I hate it. I keep saying I'm going to move closer one day.
Good morning, Nikki Hunter.
Hey, Nikki. I'm just filling in now with some, where I have some space. I think I'm going to just come right here with that.
Good evening, Jill. We got morning for Nikki, evening for Jill.
Right? Yep. Jill was on the other day at 6:00 in the morning, my time, and I loved it because, I'm awake. I get up at 4, like I wake up at 4. And I was happy that she was on because I had something to do.
Well, she was telling me that she was going to be on, and she gave me the times, and I thought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jill,
oh, that's super early for you.
I said, is that like 3:00 in the morning for me? And she
Yeah.
was like, yeah. Said,
yeah.
okay.
No, I don't blame you. That's a little bit early. All right. I'm looking just to make sure I don't have anything and we can do a little touchy up, here and there. So I'm not really worried about that. I do have a little spot over here that I really kind of want to do something with. So this is why you save your little scraps, because they will come in handy when you have a little area that you're like, oh, let me add something there. So I'm just going to fussy cut. Now she can see some fussy cutting. This little leaf here. I'm just going to fussy cut that. Yeah, this project is really forgiving, and this paper is really forgiving, I think, because, it's so neutral, really. It's got a lot of neutral tones to it. So I feel like it's, it's forgiving for projects like this. All right, let me cut it straight just because I'm going to butt it right up against that. Right there to try to hide that. I could fill it in, but I think a little leaf there would be just perfect. I'll probably have to add one more little. I like some berries or something. Sometimes the berries can be a little bit more challenging, but we're going to try it.
And we're lefties, so fussy cutting for lefties is never fun.
No, I know it's not. I think my grandbaby's left-handed.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to love it if she is. Her mom says she uses both hands. Like, she denies that she is left-handed, but she tends to favor the left hand, which I love.
See, Trevor did that too. And my dad, because when I worked, my dad watched the boys, and he, just out of habit would always switch him to the right hand.
Well, yeah.
But he was very left hand dominant when he was little. So he does use both now, even as he's older. But, I really think that had my dad didn't switch him so often, he probably would have been left handed.
Yeah. Well, and I use the computer like a right-handed person, because a lot of times I work for physicians, and they'll come in and they'll want to show me something on the computer, and most of them are right-handed, so they get frustrated. So I would just learn to, use it so it didn't frustrate them. So.
Oh, gotcha. Oh,
yeah.
Teresa, I didn't know that. Teresa, son and husband are lefties.
Oh. Yeah, both my parents are left-handed, so I don't think I had a choice.
Hi, Miss Edie.
It's going to take me just a minute to dry this. And we want to make sure that everybody's doing all the things, right, Teri, to get on the wheel?
Yep, I've been typing away over here.
Because you don't want to miss out on the prize, I'm telling you. It's amazing all the time. So I think this turned out very pretty.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. And with the resin, I think it's going to be gorgeous. And I am going to add some sparkle too. Of course, you got to have a little sparkle here and there. And then, like I say, on the edges here, I've already done fine line. So I did part 1 last night and I let it dry overnight. And this morning I came and did part 2. And I knew I would be drying my paper. And so I let that dry by itself and the heat would activate the cracks more. So that's what I did. It was, I mean, this is a live, obviously, but it was a little bit challenging to keep that decoupage medium off the sides. So, and it is water-based, so I don't recommend doing it like that. If you're doing this project, something like this on your own, just go ahead and do your paper and then get it all laid down and then do your crackle. But I struggled with crackle for a long time, and I just learned that if I let it dry on its own, we get along well. But if I don't, it's not good.
Sue says, looks wonderful with the translucency of the poinsettias on top.
I agree. I love how translucent they are over the paper. And so I was like, I like that. But yeah, I love this paper, this poinsettia paper. And it's not so Christmassy. I feel like it's winter-ish, you know?
I don't think so either.
Yeah. I just want y'all to know that look.
I can see his head or his tail every now and again.
Yeah. He's sitting up on the back of my chair like that right there. He wants to jump on the top of my cabinet. He's about to get in trouble.
He's going.
Because you know what's up there is bottles. No.
Oh,
he would knock all my bottles off, and I would, oh my gosh, I will get him.
Yeah. Joan Grimes wants to know, what type of resin do you use?
So I use that Let's Resin on Amazon. That's what I like. You could use pouring glaze, paint art, but it's such a big project. But I just always use that. That's what I use. It's easy to work with and, you know, all the things. But, or you could just use a glossy varnish or something like that would be super pretty. So I love the pen art solvent-based glossy varnish. I think it gives a nice finish. And we're going to use that on our sides, obviously. Now, I do have to decide on my crackle on the sides. I kind of pulled both waxes, antique paste. I pulled white and I pulled umber. And I feel like white will lighten up these sides to kind of go with the paper. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards.
I think the white would be beautiful.
I don't know if, we can always do white. And if we don't like it, guess what? We can go over it with umber. So.
Mm-hmm.
But on your crackle, remember, when you're doing fine line crackle, it's the only crackle that requires solvent based. So you're going to want to make sure to use your solvent based waxes and antique paste and not a water based product over them, or you'll be sad because it'll get all gummy. All right. I feel like I have good crackle. It's hard to see on this green, but I feel like it's good. I'm just going to kind of go around the whole tray one more time to get that, make sure I get that crackle. And the crackle, some people will say, oh, my project didn't crackle. And I say, oh, put some wax, put some antique paste on it and you'll see. And then they're like, oh.
There it is.
It's magic.
There it is. It is there.
It is there, yeah. All right. So I feel like a little tip that I've learned, and I don't know about you, Teri, but I learned that if you are struggling with your antique paste spreading, if you heat it up just a little bit, heat up your piece, it spreads much easier.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because it's almost like it warms it, so it's almost not melting. What am I trying to say?
But yeah, it's kind of melting.
It's kind of melting. I'm trying.
You're trying to think of a better word.
Yeah, words. Words are never
Words are
words.
hard.
Words are so very hard.
Especially after Christmas, right? After the holidays and all the fun. Oh, we had the best Christmas ever with a baby. I'm telling you. Oh my gosh. And I'll have to show y'all my apron. My daughter had a picture of my grandbaby and I embroidered, like just the outline of me holding her. And that's one of the gifts I got.
Aww.
It's so sweet.
Samantha Evans, she said the Pintart glossy varnish. It's the solvent base is what she
Yes,
said.
it's the umber colored one, and I'll show you because we're going to put that on there. Okay, so I feel like this is where we're at. Let me turn it around so y'all can see it. So this is where we're at right now. I think it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
I love it. So I'm going to try the white first. Listen, I bought this well into crafting with pen art. It was not the first wax I bought, and I use this so much, the white. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to turn it. Now, in my shop, Teri, my stock might be a little low, but I do have a TH Decor affiliate as well. End of year inventory funness going on. So
for what? The antique,
like if anybody's looking for it in my shop, the waxes and stuff, I think I have some in stock, but I don't have a lot of the waxes.
Yep, it's there.
Oh, good. Okay, wonderful.
There you guys
Okie
go.
dokie. Okay, I love the white. Can y'all see this? Can you see that on the screen?
I think it looks so cool.
Yeah, the white is gorgeous. And I don't feel like the white gets enough love,
I don't think so either. I love doing the fine line on like that Tiffany blue. And putting the
yes.
white and using the white. I've done a couple, like I have my gloves in a like tissue box holder and then my baby wipes, and that's what they're that Tiffany blue with the antique paste in white.
Oh, that's gorgeous. That's a great spring idea,
Mm-hmm. Yep, Miss Kathy says the crackle is amazing. Carrie says it looks so pretty.
I think so.
Emulsify.
Emulsified. That's it.
That's what the word. Everybody's trying to give me words. I'm like, no, that's not it. That's not it.
Who came up with the winning word?
They were like, it gets waxy. I'm like, no, that's not the word I was looking for.
Yeah, emulsify. That's it.
Sue said liquefy. Michelle said spreadable. I'm like, no, that's not what I'm looking for.
That's not it. All right.
Meow knew if he was trying to
he's trying to tell us. Yeah. He's like, listen, I found a whole family of mice and I got to bring you more because he brought me one earlier and no, I don't want any more. So he's not going back outside.
Hi, Judy.
Okay. So that's that. And I'm just going to make sure I've got it off and all my cracks and whatnot. All right. And I'm going to seal it with that glossy varnish, but we're going to add a little bit more gold to the sides. I love this Delicate Metallics white gold right here. And I'm going to use a little bit of that on my sides. And I like to use these cheap chip brushes when I dry brush. I just feel like they do a fantastic job. So I put a little on my brush and then I just tap it off. Oh my word. He acts like I neglect him so much. And then I'm going to just come in here and let me stand up so I can. And I'm just going to, and I'll show y'all up close. I'm just going to dry brush just to bring, I don't want the sides all just green, and I'll do the back too.
Stephanie Gray said soft like butter.
Yes. Oh, and I missed a spot over here, so I'll have to touch that up. That's okay. I'll touch that up. That happens, you know, when you got a big piece like this. Oh my gosh. And just going to work all the way around this tray. And you'll be able to see it better when I do the back. Alrighty.
Lee Gardner says, is that a cheap artist paintbrush or a painting brush for painting walls?
It's a chip brush. I just get them at Home Depot. You can get them on Amazon. It's called a chip, CHIP brush. It's literally it costs like 99 cents. Is what it costs. Oh, okay. Meow Meow is in my chair and I just sat on him.
You didn't need a chair. So, Michelle, I didn't notice it had feeties until right now. And yes, I am going a little nuts over the feeties.
Oh, I know, right? I know. Yes, it does. And I'm going to put some gold wax on those. So.
Yeah, I didn't know it. She said, did Teri go nuts over the feeties? I didn't know. She didn't flip it over until just now.
I know. This was a good find. I think I got this tray for like $1, you know? Sometimes you just run across them and it was all like queued up. Like, you know, it was somebody had tried to paint white over it and they didn't use bonding primer. Yes. So it had chipped and I had to sand it, you know, down. I didn't care.
Lee said thank you for the paintbrush information.
Sure.
They're new and they're trying not to buy expensive supplies. So.
Oh yeah, these are great brushes for dry brushes, and they wash well. So I've probably had these brushes, and honestly, the uglier they get, the better they work. So, I mean, so yeah, these are a great option, especially for dry brushing. So you just dry brush till you like it, you know. It looks better in person than on the screen. The screen the light picks up all kinds of things. So I kind of like it like that. So I'm going to leave it that way. And these are the delicate metallics, which are gorgeous. I did use this is the white gold, and I used the silver delicate as well. I think it's called antique silver or something. And it was beautiful too. Oh, here you can see. So
the white gold is sold out on your website right now.
Yeah. So all right. And let me just move this. Clean off my. All right. So now I'm going to take a little bit of this gold wax paste and I'm going to come in and I'm going to kind of hit my handles.
Ooh.
And then these edges right here. I think that'll be pretty just to kind of pop out some of that warmth of the paper. How are we doing on time, Teri?
You're good. 44 minutes in.
Yay, good. I'm going to outline some things too. So just to really bring it all together. And then that has to dry and then I will resin it and I will definitely post a picture after I resin it. So we'll get this. I know I'm over here where y'all can't see. This tray is so big, y'all. But it'd be super cute on the center of your table and I you know, it's like I say, it's winter. So I don't feel like it's specific to you know, the holidays. I feel like it's a good winter tray. I'm going to kind of get these all the way around these and on the sides.
Lee is asking, the resin you use, does that seal it so water doesn't damage it?
Yes, it does. Yes, it sure does. And, you know, it's not a fast resin. It takes, you know, it's hard in 24 hours, but I always leave mine a week before I put like start putting stuff on the tray. Like I like to give it a good week to, you know, fully cure and whatnot. So, and of course we got to get our feeties in the gold. I'm going along this bottom edge too with this gold wax. While I'm right here at the feetie, I can just hit it a little bit and bring out. It does have a little bit of detail in the feeties. So the wax helps bring that out, which is super great. So you can see.
Beautiful. Miss Kathy and Mary Sharkey wants to know if the resin is food safe.
No, it's not. The only resin I know that's food safe is what art resin is. What they call it, art resin. But here's the thing: if you wanted to use this and you use that resin, you could put doily down or you know, plastic wrap or something.
Cling wrap, yeah.
Yeah, you just wouldn't be able to put food directly on it. But, you know, I personally would put like candles and maybe a little Bible would be pretty on there. You know, since it's a church, a little Bible would be pretty. Something like that.
Lee's asking, you don't have resin on your website, do you, Robin?
I have casting resin, but not clear resin. Now, in my affiliate link with TH Decor, you could also use the Pent Art Super Glass, which would be beautiful.
Mm-hmm. You
would need to get a bigger, well, it depends on how big your tray is, but for this tray, I would just have to get a big bottle of it. But that Super Glass resin is gorgeous. It really is. I use it a lot when I do jewelry, like necklaces and things. Which, you know, jewelry is not my thing, but every now and then I'll do one just for the heck of it.
Yes, Judy. She used fine line crackle.
I did. And I have plenty of that. You know, you can never have enough fine line crackle. It always seems as you're out, but I have plenty. I stocked up on that.
Dana, epoxy resin, yeah, they're food safe. The thing is there's all types of resins, right? So you just need to make sure that you read to if you're trying to get the food safe resin. Like I use the countertop resins, they're food safe. I use the Alumilite clear epoxy, which is food safe. So just make sure you're verifying that your epoxy clear is food safe, because it can and cannot be. It just all depends.
Yeah, there's so many out there.
There's so many.
Yeah, but I'll show you what it looks like. So this is that clear epoxy.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, so this is lighted too. I actually poured the resin. The light is in the resin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was super fun. But that's what it looks like, just so you know. All right.
Yeah, right on the box, it will say if it's food safe.
Yep. I'm having to share my seat with Meow Meow, just so
you know, sitting at that very edge of the seat. That's always a good.
Yeah. Okay. So now you can take, and I like, so Pant Art has liners, contour liners, 3D pens, all the things. And I love them a lot. But for this, I wanted it sparkly. So I like stickles a little bit. And you can see how that does. Like I always do a test paper, mainly so I can see like which color I like, you know, before you start going on here and doing it. You might, you know, because some are warm and some are cool, and it might matter, you know. I mean, I think it matters. Let me see which one I use now that and it looks different when I think it's that one. Okay. So I'm going to just outline some of these flowers. And, when we get to an hour, I will not ever get all of this done on a live. And for these little, what are these called? The little, uh, mm,
You're out of screen, Robin.
oh, hold on. Where they, where it pollinates the flower. You know what I'm talking about. What is this middle part? Or
Hold
gardener.
Hold on a minute. I know the word you're looking for. Hold on a minute.
Didn't know we were going to do trivia today, did you?
Stamen?
Do you know it?
Is that what they're called? All right, y'all. This is awful today. Good gravy.
No words, Teri, right?
Are they this? Am I right? Is it the stamen? Are they called stamens?
Oh, I have no clue.
Oh, I'm wrong. Tree said stamen. Kim said stamen. Lee said stamen. Hey, Matt. Mary Casey said stamen. Okay. I was like, stamen? Is that the word?
Yeah, so I'm just kind of dotting those because I think they look super pretty, like dotted. And again, you could use glitter, you could use like whatever you want, like whatever you have, use that. Like we don't always have to buy all new things. We do, but
Yeah. Our brain tells us that we do. Our FOMO tells us that we do, but you don't.
Well, and Vasilis, I'll say this: when Vasilis came to Atlanta, oh my God, I loved his technique so bad, and some of the products weren't out yet, so it kind of pushed me a little bit to say, how can I get this look with what I have,
Oh,
And I came home and I really pushed myself and challenged myself to do that. So, and I did pretty good, with what I had. I'm out of screen again, there we go. So I'm just basically hitting all these poinsettias with this, I don't know, it's like a silvery, goldy, antique-y, whatever thing. So, and I'm just going to go around the whole tray and do that to all of these. Oh, this tray is so big. But I think it's going to be gorgeous. And just kind of, and I like to mix metals, so I'm going to outline these in a slightly different metal because I like that look of mixing metals. Some people, get a little OCD and say, "Oh no, I use silver. I got to stop with silver." No, you can do other. It looks great, especially if there's glitter involved, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and the glitter will be beautiful. I do like Totally Dazzled too, and I don't know for sure, but I heard, and you might know, Teri, that they lose their luster under resin.
Yes, they do.
Okay. Yeah. So that's why I had heard that. I never experienced it. So I was like, well, I don't want to do that then. But if you weren't going to resin it, you could do that. But I'm going to resin it just because I want to use it I want to use it.
So what I don't necessarily, because I've gone back and forth with this because it's not so much that it loses its luster, but you know how when you put like if you put a rhinestone under glass, like it almost looks like it's magnified and
Oh, okay.
It's hard
so
to
it changes it.
So it changes it. Like you can still see that there's shine, but it's almost because the resin is laying on top of it. It almost looks like it's almost magnified. Like that's not the right word because it's not making it bigger, but it does change the shine quite a bit.
Yeah. So I mean, I test a lot of things, and it's a pain to do it, especially if you're limited on time. But it's worth testing, right? Like you'll
Mm-hmm.
always see me like with this paper here where I tested my colors and things. It doesn't take that much time, but it is worth it if you'll make yourself, you know?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So the one thing about squirty things is that they do get clogged sometimes. So
Mm-hmm.
it's clogged. So I need one of these pins. And this thing does not want to open. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let me try to dump one out. There we go. I could dump one out. If all else fails, just dump one out. The side. So yeah, I always have like a scrap board and I keep my little scrap papers, you know. All right, so I'm going to do this one. And I'm just going to kind of come in and go. And listen, y'all don't get all OCD with this and go, oh my gosh, my line's not perfect. You know who I'm talking. You know if I'm talking to you.
Robin, we can't see you.
Oh, hold on.
There we go.
There we go. Okay. So I'm just outlining the leaves. And like I say, don't get all caught up in perfection because it's going to be fine. I promise. It's going to be just fine. So I'm just kind of outlining some of these flowers that are overlapping my paper to give them a little bit of definition. And you'll know when enough is enough, right? You just do it until you feel like enough is enough. And I'll hold this up in a minute to show y'all. Let's see. And you can always come back and do more. Like, you know, once you stop and look at it for a moment, you're like, oh, I feel like I need a line here, a line there. That's okay. Oh my goodness. He is such a needy little boy.
Exactly, Betty. Handcrafted, not machine made.
Yes. I mean, we all get caught up in that perfection, right? And we really don't need to. I know my crafty friends, they'll send me a picture and they're beating themselves up about it. And I'm like, oh, I think it's beautiful. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, because I think it's gorgeous, but they're, you know, they're not happy with it. So we talk through it and, you know, with each other and find a compromise.
We're always
Sometimes you
our
have to
worst
leave it
critics,
too
though.
for a day, right? You have to leave it for a day and come
And walk
back.
away. Yeah,
Yeah.
just walk away.
Yeah.
Old to Ooh La La says hello, sweet Robin.
Hi, my friend Victoria. Yeah, Victoria is one of those that I like to send stuff to and say, oh my gosh. And she's so sweet. She's always like, I think it's beautiful. Like, okay. But this is where you get to bring out your design, right? It's like you feel like get all arty with the glitter. But that's what I'm going to do basically is I'm going to go along and let me hold this up so you can kind of see it. So it's hard to see, but it does bring out just the definition of those a little bit. I'm trying to turn it where you can at least see.
Yeah, we can
Can you
see it. Yeah,
okay.
It's pretty. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like once we and when it dries, it looks totally different because you can see it looks kind of translucent. And then on my sample piece here, see, it doesn't.
Right.
So that's basically what that's all I'm going to do is just go around and I'm going to just trace all of these and let it dry and then I'm going to resin it. So that will be, it's not a hard project. It just takes a little bit of time, right?
Beautiful.
But also combining your papers, you know, like take your papers and lay them out together and look, because sometimes you'll find combinations that you didn't think went together, but they do go together. And that's what I did with this. And then I was very happy with the way that this paper went with the church. Not so much the Central Park, but it goes great with the church. But
everybody's saying that it's gorgeous, beautiful, love it.
Hey.
Michelle said she missed it. What is the gold?
This stuff is Stickles. I don't sell this. I just like it. You could use that, or you could use contour liners, or you could use 3D pens, whatever, whatever you like, you could use. So I had a bunch of these. I wanted to try them. So of course I couldn't make up my mind. So I ordered a whole bunch. So I have like 10 of them. So I'm like, I'm going to use these. Plus I think they're pretty. They're super glittery. So if you're into that kind of thing, right? Some of you might be like, oh, I would never do that. I want to leave it natural. And that's fine too. I don't think you could go wrong in leaving it just like it is and resining, or, top coating it and being, letting that be it. You don't have to do all this if you don't like that. If it's not your thing, don't do it.
No, there's no right or wrong way to do anything. It's always what makes you happy.
Yes. I love to see everybody's different take on it. Like you just take and get an idea from somebody, and then you're like, oh, I got this idea from so-and-so, but you put your own spin on it. And then you're like, oh, it's going to be personalized to you, which I think is super special. So that's pretty much, I won't bore y'all with me just lining everything, but I'm going to hold this up so y'all can kind of see it better. Hold on. And we're right at an hour. So that's good. That's good. So
beautiful.
There. Yeah. So you can kind of see. And when it dries, it'll be gorgeous. And I will post a picture. I will send a picture and post a picture and all the things.
Yep. So, and then we'll post it on DQ as well for y'all to see. Yeah. So let's do this and shuffle it up a little bit. And good luck, everyone.
Good luck, everybody. And Happy New Year.
I know, 2025. Good.
Crazy.
Miss Kathy. Congratulations, Miss Kathy. Miss Kathy. Miss Kathy. Good, great. Words are hard, Miss Kathy. Please email me your address at Teri, Teri, at decoupageclean.com, and I'll send you out a goodie bag full of Decoupage Clean rice papers. So congratulations.
Yes. And thank you for having me on today, Teri. I greatly appreciate it. And I've enjoyed it.
Absolutely. And, have a safe drive and a happy new year.
I will.
I guess we won't be back into the new year, right?
Right. Yeah. I don't think so.
New year. Yeah. So everybody have a happy and safe new year. And we will talk to you soon. Talk to you later.
Bye. Bye.